Hi, I'm Brian Lawrence, and welcome to this edition of the Rutherford County Magazine. First, we'll visit Eagleville and Smyrna to see what the Rutherford County Clerk's office has to offer the citizens of Rutherford County. Next, we'll talk about the landfill and the importance of recycling in Rutherford. So sit back and enjoy this edition of the Rutherford County Magazine. Many people may not realize it, but you can get your tags renewed not only in Murfreesboro, but Eagleville and Smyrna as well, along with a few other things.
Well, Murfreesboro is a full service location. Eagleville is a limited location. You can renew your license plates there. We can issue a new regular license plate. When I say a new regular license plate, if it's something other than a regular car plate, you'll have to come to the Smyrna office or to the Murfreesboro office. And we also do transfers. If you buy a new vehicle and you have a license plate you want to transfer to your new vehicle, then they also provide that service. We issue temporary tags, and we also issue handicap placards. Well, they're open the first business day of each week. So if a holiday falls on a Monday, then that office will be open on Tuesday. They close for lunch from 12 to 1, and the hours are the same as the Murfreesboro and Smyrna office, 8 to 4.
We've been open since 1992. We have 10 employees here. We renew and transfer titles. We have a convenient drive-through located here. We have an emissions testing center located in our front parking lot. We offer marriage license where you can apply. We perform services here, the actual marriage services. We replace marriage license here if you were married in the state, in Rutherford County. We accept notary applications. We have, along with the Tennessee Department of Safety, Lisa Kroll has helped get a driver's license kiosk located in our lobby. You can replace and renew your driver's license or your ID cards. From October until March, have some employees here to accept property taxes, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday of every week. We also accept voters' registrations, and we have a convenient box for you to drop off for registering to vote in Rutherford County. In the near future, we will be accepting and processing passport applications for all U.S. citizens.
Okay, that was a great topic about what the Rutherford County Clerk's office offers in those two communities. Now let's move on to our next topic, which is about recycling and what we can do as citizens to help save space in our landfill.
The two landfills are actually neighbors. They're next door to each other. Middle Point Landfill is privately owned by Middle Point Inc., or Jefferson Pike Incorporated. Rutherford County Landfill is owned by the residents of Rutherford County. The Rutherford County Landfill accepts nothing but construction and demolition debris. So if you're tearing down your home or remodeling your home, those type products could come here. Middle Point Landfill is a Class 1 landfill, and it accepts garbage and special waste and also that construction type debris. All of the county trash that we haul goes into Middle Point.
We do use social media, Facebook and Twitter. We also, I write columns for the Daily News Journal on a semi-regular basis for events. I do a lot of public speaking at Rotary clubs, churches, different events. We also have several events throughout the year where I'm in charge of those events, and during those events there are also educational events as well, where we pass out literature to help people to better understand our goals, which is to reduce waste.
Rutherford County Solid Waste Department covers a lot of different areas to service the county. We have the landfill for construction and demolition debris. We've got a recycle effort. We have litter control. We've got educational stuff, and we've got the convenience centers. And then we have the trucking operation that supports all of that, plus the schools for the city and the county. So we cover a lot of area. We do, the last year was 41,000 tons of trash that we dealt with. And if you break that down to a little more manageable term, that's 14 tons an hour, 8 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We do a lot of work in the schools. We're working with a total of 57 schools, and we're doing single stream recycling, which is where you're able to throw everything into one container. And our goal is to try to recycle at least 25% of the waste in the schools. And we feel like if we educate the students at a young age, of course they'll take the message home, and when they're adults, hopefully they'll be recycling at home as well. But of course you know that Rutherford County is nearing 300,000 citizens. Within the next 10 years we'll have well over 300,000 citizens. So it's quite a challenge to educate that many folks and to sort of change their behavior is what we're basically doing.
Well, recycling is part of our curriculum in many of the classes. Recycling involves science, technology, engineering, math. So we have math teachers that are involving math and what goes into the recycling with math. Science teachers, of course, they do a recycling tree, holiday tree, where the kids bring in recycling and show how the things can be reused. So, recycling, reusing, reducing, all of those are taught. We have a recycling crew here, and these kids are kids that normally would have an extra study hall. And we started out with about 30, and these 30 kids, instead of having a study hall where they can do their homework and extra work, they have chosen to actually do physical work here, and they run routes, and the routes are all around the school. We try to have a recycling bin next to every single true trash can, and those kids go and empty them.
A lot of our members of the recycling crew did a lot of recycling, so we kind of contributed, and we sort of went around the school, and we have little routes that we have to go on. We would go 3 times a week or 2 times a week, and then we would separate the cardboards and plastics and put them in different kinds of bins. And we would and if we see trash in one of them, we would just take the trash out and put it back in the trash.
We even have our janitors that stand at the trash cans every single day during all 3 periods of lunch, and they help the kids decide what's going in the trash and what goes in the recycling. That alone has taught every single kid when they walk up to that trash can, whether they bought lunch or whether they brought in their lunch, they know what to recycle because they get that every day. The janitors are helping them to make those good choices. So it's from the principal, teachers are monitoring their true trash cans and encouraging the kids to not put recyclables in the trash can. And then my recycle crew, they monitor the recycle bins. If things are going in there that shouldn't be, they alert the teacher. So everybody working together at our school, I think that is what made us stand out. Even above, the private schools who have maybe more community involvement, but we are doing more community involvement as well. We've had donated to us bins that go by the trash can, and as we get new bins donated, we are offering up those bins to the students and to our staff to take home so that they can do recycling at home and make it easier. So that's our community outreach at this time, is getting more and more families to recycle in our community.
Be it resolved by the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners that this legislative body extends this resolution recognizing Christiana Middle School for its outstanding accomplishment in winning the 2013 Tennessee School Recycler of the Year, and to Principal Robert Horn, Ms. Dawn Powell, and participating teachers, staff, and most importantly, the students for their dedication and commitment. Resolved this 13th day of February 2014.
So the Tennessee Recycling Coalition took applications from all schools, K through 12, private and public, and the application needed to include what our school was doing as a whole for recycling. And that application had things in it like what the teachers are doing in the classroom, what our school is doing as far as reusing things, reducing. They looked at methodology, they looked at the ability to share what we do with the community to encourage others, and after we won the award, it even has expanded more, being in the Tennessee in what we do, being in the Daily News Journal, being on the school website. So that alone has really got the word out that what schools can do and how schools can mimic what we're doing. And also it was education. So education, the teachers teaching it, and like I said, even the janitors can teach the kids about recycling. It's that whole thing, all the recycling that we do and the reusing and the reducing that made us stand out for the award.
The importance of recycling at a young age to me is because whenever you get older and the environment, it'll be like better than what it would have been if you didn't recycle.
It's important because like the landfill, it will get very packed and then we'll have to find a new location, and then all the homes around it won't live around it because of the smell. So you're like helping your community, like making them happier because of the smell and stuff. And you can reuse stuff so there won't be just trash everywhere.
This is your landfill. You're filling it up too fast with recyclables. What can you do?
Single stream includes plastics, bags, containers, and bottles. Be sure to loosen the caps so that they can be crushed.
Single stream also includes aluminum, cans, pans, and foil.
Single stream also includes cardboard. Be sure to break down boxes.
Break it down.
It will take up less space.
The United States has over 20 states that have mandatory recycling. Of course, Tennessee is not one of them. So we're having to try to get people to voluntarily recycle, which can be a challenge, to change their behavior and get them to recycle on their own. We would like to see people come in and recycle a good portion of their waste instead of just throwing everything away. We have to start moving in that direction. I think Mac has spoken quite a bit about the future of the landfill, and you know, we don't own the landfill, but the one that is owned by Republic Services will be closing eventually. And we need to be ready for when that closes, because our waste is going to have to be shipped somewhere else. When that happens, we want to only ship waste.
We have 14 convenience centers that's operated by the county. The city of Murfreesboro has one that they operate themselves. So there's 15 locations throughout the county for the citizens to take their trash. Out of those 15, 13 of them have all the commodities for recycle. 2 of them, the one at Leanna and the one at Rockville, are too small. We don't have enough space there to put in the recycled materials. But if you would please start recycling. It's not easy to get started. It's something that you have to learn how to do. But if you will separate your trash from your recycle before you come to the convenience center, then you could come put your trash in a trash compactor, your recycled commodities in the containers for them. And then if you have some rough stuff, you know, some yard waste or stuff like that, we've got containers as well. Most of the recycling that we pick up, the cardboard and paper goes to Laverne, to a company called SP Recycling. The plastic products goes to 2 different locations, one in Laverne and one in Murfreesboro. The metal, scrap metal, tin, and aluminum goes to 4 different locations here within the county. Glass is the only thing that we have to export outside of the county. That goes up near Rivergate Mall. If you look behind me here, you can see where they're actually disposing of the trash today. You can see the trucks on the hill, and you can see that white area where is the trash. And to the right of it down the hill is where they're building a new cell. A cell is what they call an area that they get prepared to put the trash in. They're going to spend a little over $1 million to get that little cell set up just to take trash, and that's going to be the next location. Once they finish that area, they're going to come on up to about the property line, and then they're finished. Right now, there will not be another landfill in Rutherford County. It's just politically it will not happen. So once this landfill is closed, we're not exactly sure where we're going to go. Wilson County has a landfill that they haven't opened yet, so that one's probably going to open. The next closest place would be a transfer station at Antioch. That's a waste management owned facility. There's a waste management landfill in Lewisburg. Then you can go east toward Knoxville. You can go west to Camden, Tennessee. We're going to wind up trucking our trash. So our big push right now is to get people to recycle. We don't recycle near as well as we should. To where when we get to that point where we're shipping trash, we're shipping only trash. We've already pulled all the recycled commodities out of it. We've sold that for whatever the value we can get for it. And then once we start shipping, we're going to have a higher trucking cost. It's going to take longer to get there. We're probably going to have more equipment and more employees. Plus, we're going to have a disposal fee that we don't have right now.
Let's go back to the original reason why we want to recycle is for the environment, of course. We want to save and conserve those natural resources. You look at paper and cardboard, those things come from trees. And why cut down more trees just to make paper and cardboard when you can recycle that commodity and just keep reusing it? And then you have your non-renewable natural resources, like I'm standing in front of aluminum. That's a non-renewable natural resource. It has to be mined from something called bauxite that comes from the ground. Why would you throw that away, throw it into the ground when it came from the ground originally? So we want to preserve that natural resource for future generations. So let's go back to the original reason of recycling, which is, of course, to be better stewards of the earth.
Well, that wraps up this edition of the Rutherford County Magazine. I'd like to thank everybody who was part of making this edition, and I'd also like to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in and joining us. If you'd like to learn more about the Rutherford County government, visit us online at www.rutherfordcountytn.gov. Again, thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you here next time on the Rutherford County Magazine.